Hello everyone, we are Group 1 and today we will be presenting our project for our pollution control. And the title is Water Pollution and Treatment in Malaysia. To start, it is important to know where our water comes from. In Malaysia, 98% of our water supply is derived from the surface water like river and streams, while the remaining 2% come from the groundwater. Because we rely too heavily on rivers, treatment is essential to eliminate biological and the chemical contaminants. The Malaysian government monitors this through the Water Quality Index (WQI), which track key indicators like BOD, COD, pH level to ensure the water is safe for consumption. Next, move to the advanced technology used in Malaysia, which is pulsar tube clarifier. This is a highly efficient system that combines flocculation and clarification into one single unit. It is used using vacuum driven, which is pulsation system to maintain a stable sludge blanket. As water rinses through these blankets, impurities are filtered out. The main advantage here are the consistent water quality output, and it is require a much smaller physical footprint than a traditional tank. Next, move to the advanced technology used in Malaysia, which is pulsar tube clarifier. This is a highly efficient system that combines flocculation and clarification into one single unit. It is used using vacuum driven, which is pulsation system to maintain a stable sludge blanket. As water rinses through these blankets, impurities are filtered out. The main advantage here are the consistent water quality output, and it is require a much smaller physical footprint than a traditional tank. Now, we will looking to the water pollution data and effects. Looking at the 2022 data, sewage treatment system and pig farming are the largest contributor to BOD and suspended solid. These pollutants have devastating effect for the BOD level, deplete oxygen in the water, killing aquatic life, while ammonia nitrogen is directly toxic to fish. Furthermore, suspended solid block sunlight and can physically clog the gills of fish, disrupting the entire ecosystem. Finally, we can see the real-world impact through these major pollution incidents, from the illegal chemical dumping in Sungai Kim Kim in 2019 to the frequent outdoor pollution in Sungai Selangor that affect millions of residents in the Klang Valley. This event caused massive water disruption and economic loss. These recurring incidents highlight why street pollution control and advanced treatment technologies are more critical today than ever before.
Hi, my name is Nur Fadil Hani binti Fadil, and I will explain about the case study overview. Our group focus on Johor river pollution. We picked this topic because the UTM students were affected by this pollution recently. First, let's look at what happened. On 31st October 2025, a pollution occurred along the Johor River, and the source was traced at the sand washing pond at a sand mining site owned by Hiap I Avangrid in Kota Tinggi. Because of this, the turbidity reading is increased to the 37,400 NTU, while the normally is only around 400 NTU. It really showed that the river had become really muddy and polluted. Next, who was affected? This incident disrupted water supply to about 455 Friend Hill SAJ accounts across 4 districts, which is Johor Bahru, Pontian, Kulai and Kota Tinggi. And the water treatment plant downstream also were forced to pause their operation. This resulted to a large number of people that experienced water supply disruption. And it also affect the residents, local business, and the communities that depend on the river like fishermen. This incident caused a public concern about the water quality. It revealed that we need a more stronger regulation and monitoring for the water quality. Pollution not only affect the community health and nature, but it also reminds us that clean water is a basic right for everyone.
Okay, for this part, I'm going to explain how the pollution happens step by step, based on this flow. First, the main starting point is sand mining activities near the Johor River. During sand mining, a lot of soil and fine particles get disturbed. Because of that, muddy water is generated, meaning the water become very cloudy and full of suspended solid. Next, this muddy water is usually stored in a silt pond, which is supposed to trap the sediment before the water reaches the river. However, the problem happened when the silt pond embankment failed. Basically, the pond wall could not hold the muddy water properly. When that embankment fell, large amount of sediments were released into the river. And once the sediment entered the river, it led to contaminations of Sungai Johor, where the river water quality dropped badly. Now, moving on to the impact and effect. This incident caused two main categories of impact: water supply disruptions and environmental damage. First, for water supply disruptions, the impact was very severe. Approximately 800,000 people were affected by water cuts. In terms of water consumer account, 455,499 accounts were disrupted, and even after partial recovery, 211,257 accounts were still affected. This occurred because of 4 water treatment plants were impacted and could not operate properly due to the poor raw water conditions. One key indicator was turbidity, which increased significantly from around 400 NTU to 37,400 NTU, making normal water treatment extremely difficult. Next, regarding environmental damage, the pollution affected the river ecosystem. 25 fishermen were directly affected, and approximately 1 ton of dead fish was reported. Fishermen experienced around 4 days of income loss, with estimated loss of 60 to 100 ringgit per day per fisherman. The estimated environmental recovery time was 6 months or more. The residents sought compensations for fish losses and ecosystem damage. Overall, this incident not only disrupted water supply but also caused serious environmental and livelihood impact. And for the impact and effect, this incident actually had a cross-border impact as well. It didn't just affect Malaysia, it also affected Singapore. Singapore National Water Agency (PUB) had to temporarily stop operations at the Johor River waterworks because the raw water quality became poor. This was done to make sure the water remained safe, and it showed how serious the pollution situation was. Since the Johor River is a shared water source, any pollutions in the river doesn't stay in one country. It can affect people across border too. So overall, this incident showed that the river pollutions can have regional effect, and it highlights the need for better monitoring, stronger control, and cooperations between countries to prevent this from happening again.
In this project, we propose several engineering solutions to address the Johor River pollution incident. This incident showed that many water treatment plants are not fully prepared to handle sudden pollution events, especially with the high ammonia levels and heavy sediment. So our first solution is the installation of pre-sedimentation basins at river intake, which will allow the sand and silt from the activities such as sand mining to settle early and reduce the risk of filter clogging and system overload. And next, we propose the biological aerated filters, or BAF. So these filters will use beneficial bacteria to break down ammonia, which will help prevent treatment plant shutdown caused by the sudden ammonia spikes. And then we also introduce the powdered activated carbon dosing to absorb all the industrial chemicals, toxic substances, and unpleasant odors that conventional treatment processes cannot effectively remove. However, improving treatment processes alone is not enough because prevention is better than cure. So we recommend a real-time water quality monitoring using a smart sensors installed upstream to detect the ammonia or any chemical pollution early. When unsafe conditions are detected, then an automatic intake closure system will immediately prevent the contaminated water from entering the treatment plant. In addition, we also propose a riparian buffer zones along the Johor River. By restoring the vegetation and wetlands along the riverbank, this natural biosphere will trap all the sediment and agricultural runoff before pollutants enter the river. Ultimately, protecting our river will require a collective action. Industries must be held accountable through a strict enforcement of environmental law, while responsible businesses should be supported. The public also plays an important role by reporting a pollution early and adopting simple daily practices such as not pouring oil into the sink and not throwing waste into a drains. Let us remember our message. Protect our water, secure our future. By safeguarding our rivers today, we can ensure a clean and safe water for our future.